One night, I came home from work. I was a manager in retail. Came home late. I was going through a divorce at the time, so I lived by myself. So I was alone in this house. And I came home late. It was raining. It was cold. I remember it was raining and cold and dark. I pull up to my house. I notice the light is on. And I think, "Ooh, I guess I left the light on." I pull into the driveway. I get up to the door, and the door is pried open, basically. It was kind of almost off the hinges, like it had been kicked or something. I push it open. There was some stuff strewn around the floor. The CD player, the VCR, for those of you who know what that is, cassettes, CDs, stereo equipment, things like that was all ripped out of the little console that I had there, or the whatever the furniture that I had it in. TV was gone. House was a mess. It had obviously been ransacked. I'm looking around, kind of going into a panic. Walk around through the living room, back to through the kitchen to the back door. The back door had been completely destroyed. I mean, looked like they had kicked it a few times, and then it just broke apart and shattered almost. And it was almost unrecognizable, and it was pieces all over the floor. And anything I had of value, which I didn't have much because, like I said, I was going through a divorce at the time. So ex-wife had pretty much taken anything anyway. But I had a few things, right? And I'm sitting there, and it's late at night. I call the police. The police come. Nothing. This is not a rant on cops, by the way. But they don't. I mean, they take the information. They write up something. I don't know. Make me sign something. And that was it. I can't call my landlord because now it's like 11 o'clock at night because I was renting the place. So I think, well, I guess I got to get somebody over here to fix these doors tomorrow. But right then, like that night, I couldn't really do anything else. So imagine now I'm sitting back by the back door in the kitchen area, looking out what used to be the back door. It's just a hole now. It's cold. It's dark. It's raining. And I can't secure the house at this point. I can't. I mean, I guess maybe I could have. I don't think I had any plywood or anything. I didn't have anything because I was just a young man. I had no tools. I had no wood. I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything to patch it up. So what I did have was a baseball bat. So I sat there in a chair in the kitchen pretty much all night with that baseball bat and just sat there and waited for the sun to come up, feeling sorry for myself, crying, and because I was going through a divorce at the time, and I had no family around. By the way, we had moved to a different place, so I couldn't call my mom or my dad or anybody. Nobody came over. I couldn't call any family members, so I was all by myself, sitting there crying and feeling sorry for myself and everything. Sun comes up the next morning. I call. I can't remember who I called. Repair people or landlord or something. Somebody comes over. They put a new door on, etc. What's the point of this episode? Now, how does it relate to career advice, right? I always get people, I'm always talking to people that are going through things in their life, right? In their personal life, relationship, house, car issues, kid issues, health issues, whatever it might be. Everybody's going through something. Everybody has something, some issues bigger than others. But I'm always talking to people, and they get bummed out, right? They get depressed, they get bummed, they get pissed, they get irritated, and they let that affect their professional life. Now, I've done episodes on this topic before, but I wanted to tie it in again to the story about somebody breaking into my place. I really think it's critical. You got two buckets in life: your personal life, and your professional life. I think of them, I visualize them as two buckets. If your personal life is messed up in some way, why would you let that also bleed over into your professional bucket? Why mess up both buckets? Why poison both buckets? I see people do that all the time, and I recommend that you don't. Think of it like this. If one of the buckets is poison or something's wrong, do everything you can to protect it from bleeding over to the other bucket. You don't want both buckets to go bad. You only got the two buckets. I have always fought really hard at that. Anytime my personal life has been messed up, which it's been messed up many times, I almost work harder. I almost do everything better at work because now I'm trying really hard to protect that professional bucket. In fact, believe it or not, most of my promotions and most of the awesome things that I've done in my career usually happened when my personal life was all screwed up. Because I was just working all the time and trying to make sure that I didn't screw that part of my life up as well. And I encourage people to do that. Don't screw up both buckets. Vice versa, if your professional life is hurting in some way, don't drag that to the house and mess up your family situation or do something with a relationship just because you're pissed off about things at work. You got two buckets. If one of them's messed up, do everything you can to protect the other one. That's my point. And that night, by the way, or that next day, after I got the door fixed, guess what? I went to work and I kicked ass. I didn't let it affect me. In fact, in my mind, I thought, boy, the sooner I get promoted and make more money, the sooner I can get out of this little dumpy rent house and live in a better neighborhood where people aren't breaking into my place. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.